it's just been a big thing, the community too. Like I saw that it's not just us as one family. It wasn't just us and their family. We're one family. And
that is amazing.
Yeah,
so Johanna, bring in Raiza here because there
Yes.
is a partnership here that you guys had a natural bond, and
Yes.
so I don't know who wants to share. And okay, all right.
So yes, what the boy that was with her, I'm a special ed teacher. I teach fully self-contained, so I have the behavior units, and they are the kids who don't really get to go out in the general population. And this child came with a CUME record like this, right? 9 years old from the prior school, and a lot of violent history. The last school, the police were searching for him a couple days because he went on the run from campus. So,
Wait, how old is this kid?
9 years old. So, yes, this is one of her children that she took in, right? So we're getting ready at the school, and, I'm like, all right, got to wear my running shoes, and, we know restraints because it has a violent history. And the children had been with her all summer. And so when he came, he didn't quite match that record. Colorful language for sure. Trying to run out of the room, but not off campus. Just a lot of anxiety and fear, and more of the colorful language about himself. Like, I'm not doing that, blah, 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 because I can't, blah, blah, blah. Which is all those ACEs that we learned about last night. That's what comes along with these children in the system. So got to meet Johanna at the parent conference, and I was like, wow, she's amazing. Her and her husband, they're so amazing. That was me just assuming, like, they're so young, she's married, they're taking kids in, and so active. And I've taught in the DOE for 14 years, worked with a lot of social workers, foster parents. Checking the planner every day, like writing back, making sure he had everything. So consistent. And meeting her, I was like, wow, her and her husband are awesome. And I'm seeing behavioral changes in him already, like immediately in the classroom, which was pretty miraculous. And then at the end of August, he was excited about something. He was going to camp. And I was like, oh, cool, you're going to camp. And this is a kid that never gets to go anywhere. And we hadn't seen him be excited about anything except Beyblades. And we had lots of Beyblades in the classroom. And so I was like, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to church camp. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew her and her husband were believers. All right, awesome, Because I pray for all my students. And I'm like, yes. And he's got praying, faithful foster mom, like, this is awesome. So it was Labor Day weekend, and he had gone to his camp, and he comes back to school on Tuesday, and he's got the yellow Camp Agape shirt. Oh! And I'm like, oh, you went to Camp Agape. I was so excited because I was at the last conference and cried my eyes out and went home and gave to that ministry, and I know just how awesome this ministry is. So I was like, that's the camp he went to. And he's like, yeah. And for the first day, that Tuesday was like actually the first time I saw that he could actually write legible letters. Like, he was writing real letters and not tearing the paper up and throwing it at me. And his one-to-one was like, oh my gosh. And we're like, he doesn't need occupational therapy. Okay, awesome. He can write letters. And I went over to him and I was, praising him. And he's like, I can do better. And
what?
Like, to hear that in a child like that, it was like, and I knew where he went that weekend. He's wearing the shirt, and it was just my response. You had an encounter with Jesus. Like, that's exactly what I said to him. And he's just looking at me like I was nuts. But he did cuss me out. And it was amazing, right? So praise God for Camp Agape. Anyone who supports that ministry, like, so awesome. And yeah, it was just progress from there out.
So good. Oh, sorry.